Good evening, all of our viewers here in across the nation. This is CNN election night in 2008. We have an election between incumbent President John Kerry and Senator John McCain. As you can see again, John Kerry and his Vice President John Edwards, two Johns on one ticket. Very, very interesting. John Kerry was a senator from Massachusetts until he was elected president in 2004, and Vice President John Edwards was a senator from North Carolina. Oh, sorry, that should say North Carolina, but it says New York. Our apologies. Now, we go to the Republican ticket, much more interesting. As you can see, John McCain, the third John this entire election, senator from Arizona. Most people thought that he would be the nominee in 2008 after George Bush lost. But still, he had to fend off strong bids from Governors Mike Huckabee and Mitt Romney of Arkansas and Massachusetts. Now, former National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice. She was George Bush's national security advisor and was picked by John McCain. This move was applauded by many and helped him appear much more likable, as a matter of fact. She's from Alabama. And now we have the 2004 electoral map, where George Bush lost by about 5 electoral votes to John Kerry's 271. You can see Ohio was the state that decided it all with 20 electoral votes. Very, very close election, certainly. The second one in a row decided this closely. Now we can see the polling. Several events have happened leading to John Kerry losing a lot of ground, but he had a good convention boost with many great speeches, raised up his numbers to counter John McCain's, but John McCain kept on rising. He's only now plateaued, where John Kerry is still fluctuating. His line is still fluctuating, and he is currently on the downturn. But it's the election, so we'll have to see what this means. And check out John Kerry's approval rating. He was approved of for good part of his term, and disapproved of. His numbers have boosted up a little, but still, again, on the downturn. This does not mean good things for his bid. You see our swing states. There you go. North Carolina, home of John Edwards, was taken by George Bush, along with Florida in 2004, but still, swing states again. Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, states where George Bush also won in 2004, but John McCain is very popular there, as he is from Arizona and very, very close to those places. Virginia, strong Democratic turnout, has been reported, but still has been a Republican state in the past. More swing states. Ohio, the state that decided the election in 2004, very, very close here. Many polls cannot really predict the winner, and the same is true in Pennsylvania and Iowa. New Hampshire was won by John Kerry after going to George Bush in 2008. The year 2000. Along with that is the same for Iowa. Indiana, Missouri, usually swing states. Yeah, our first batch of poll closing, we can now report several states. We have the swing states of Virginia, but we should now focus on the state of Kentucky, which it has 8 electoral votes that are now going to John McCain. This is also true for South Carolina, 8 electoral votes for John McCain, and Georgia, 15 electoral votes for John McCain. Vermont, only 3 electoral votes for John Kerry, not very good news from the first hour. Indiana, currently too close to call. John Kerry leading narrowly, as a matter of fact, at 28%, along with Virginia, where John McCain is leading. We expect this one to be called soon, though. Now we have poll closing at 7:30. Major states such as Ohio and North Carolina. West Virginia, going for John McCain. This state used to be a very solid Democratic state, but had flipped away from Al Gore and John Kerry the past 2 elections. 5 electoral votes for John McCain. Ohio, 20 electoral votes. We can now see that John McCain is leading by about 3.6%. Very close, too close to call. While in North Carolina, where John Kerry is leading by about 0.6%, and we do not know if this will go to Kerry or McCain, but McCain does seem to have John Kerry, as a matter of fact, does seem to have the edge. As you can see in the race to 270, John McCain is leading at 36, with John Kerry at 3. And I apologize if I confuse their names. They have very similar names, John Kerry and John McCain, both Johns. Yeah. Now a very large batch of poll closings, including some very, very, what's the word? Sorry, apologies for that. Very, very, states that are currently very close in polling. I apologize for that. Yeah, Illinois, as you all probably saw, 21 electoral votes to John Kerry. Washington, D.C., 3 electoral votes for John Kerry. Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland, all northeastern states who combined quite a few electoral votes, all going to John Kerry. This is his home region. Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. One of these, Massachusetts, is John Kerry's home state. They combined about 16 electoral votes, all going to John Kerry. Maine. John Kerry has won the popular vote. We'll see what this means. 2 electoral votes. Maine's 1st district and 2nd district, 2 electoral votes combined, going to John Kerry. Michigan, 17 electoral votes. This might mean good things for the swing states of Ohio, Iowa, and Pennsylvania. John Kerry wins this immediately. South Dakota, 3 electoral votes for John McCain. Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes. And Kansas, 6 electoral votes, all going to John McCain. You can also check that. Mississippi, 6 electoral votes for John McCain. And Tennessee, all for John McCain. Alabama, Condoleezza Rice's home state, 9 electoral votes for John McCain. Texas, 34, large prize, 2nd largest in the union for John McCain. And New Hampshire, currently too close to call. Only 0.5% separating these 2 men, along with Florida, where John McCain is currently in the lead with about 2%, but still too close to call. Pennsylvania, again, too close, but 0.2% separating the 2 of these men, but with 21 electoral votes at stake. And poll closings in Arkansas, which we expect to go to John McCain as the Republican governor, Mike Huckabee, but they still have, this is former President Bill Clinton. I've said so many Johns this night. I probably start calling anyone John. So we'll see who this goes to, but in the end, it was John McCain, 6 electoral votes to the Republican Party. And another large batch of poll closing. There are a few states in this map. We apologize for that. North Dakota, Louisiana, and Nebraska, I should say 2 electoral votes, all going to John McCain, along with Nebraska's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd electoral votes, 3 electoral votes combined, going to John McCain. Wyoming and Arizona, which is John McCain's home state, both going to John McCain. New York, 31 electoral votes going to John Kerry, and Wisconsin going to John Kerry. You can see that Minnesota, as well as Colorado, are too close to call, and 0.2% separating 2 men in Minnesota. And this one, John McCain is leading by 3%, as well as New Mexico and Missouri. New Mexico very close to Arizona. Missouri always has been a swing state, but it has been turning Republican. Okay, as you can see, our current map, the numbers have currently been, are a lot closer now, with only 8 electoral votes separating the 2 men. 140 for John Kerry and 140 for John McCain. As you can see, the states that are too close to call, shaded in yellow. As you can see, again, the electoral map, John Kerry needs 130, but McCain only needs, 122. We apologize for the horrific picture of John McCain. I believe someone's a very stern talking to after this election, so yeah. Okay, here we have some of western states, I might say, or southwestern states, many close to John McCain's home state, and we also have some big poll news from some undecided states currently, but we have to wait and see that. Montana, Utah, and New Hampshire? Oh, come on, we spoiled it. All those states are going to John McCain. This New Hampshire especially a flip from 2004 or 2004, 4 electoral votes to John McCain, as well as Indiana, 11 electoral votes to John McCain, and Virginia, 13 electoral votes to John McCain. Some big wins here. And North Carolina, Vice President John Edwards' home state, still, he was not enough to counter the Republican lead here. And Nevada, 5 electoral votes for John McCain. Minnesota, 10 electoral votes for John Kerry, and Iowa, too close to call, currently John Kerry is leading. And 150 electoral votes for John Kerry to 204 for John McCain. He has widened his lead significantly. We only have 5 states left to call, which may make this race very much closer. Yes. Okay, everybody. As 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and many children have now gone to bed, but the night owls are still awake, as they should, because we have some huge news. And yes, very sorry for everyone who's asleep right now. Huge news coming out of this election, as you can see. California, 55 electoral votes for John Kerry, along with Washington and Oregon, 18 electoral votes combined, and Hawaii, all going to John Kerry, very big news, along with Idaho for John McCain. But now, some big news. Mississippi, 11 electoral votes for John McCain, countering the wave that John Kerry currently has gotten from the western states, very liberal places. Missouri, Colorado, New Mexico, and New Mexico have gone to John McCain. Big states, swing states, and as you can see, the map is here. This map is looking very much similar to 2004, where the Republican have cleaned out the southwestern areas. Alaska is currently polls are still open there, polls are still open in Alaska, but there are 4 states still left to call. Those states will most likely decide the election. Poll closings in Alaska. 3 electoral votes in Alaska. The state has put their weight behind John McCain, and he will now be awarded their electoral votes. Now, John McCain, 3 more electoral votes. As you can see, or as you cannot, you cannot see the electoral votes currently, but Iowa with its 7 electoral votes and Florida with its 23 would be able to put, with 27, I apologize for that, I'd be able to put John McCain over the top with 270 exactly. If not, he would need a multitude. He would need a combination of all 3 of these states to win. Iowa, humongous news as you can see here. John McCain has won. This could be his This could be his pathway to victory. Even if he doesn't win Florida, he still has a solid shot with both Ohio and Pennsylvania. Both, as you can see, he's doing very well in the Rust Belt. Pennsylvania, as you can see, we're checking back on the state. Too close to call, but John Kerry is leading by 4%. This could mean good things. If he wins this state and Ohio and Florida, he might be able to win. So, yeah, that's good news for Kerry camp. We have a state call from Florida, everybody. This is huge news, as you can see. Well, not yet, This state will be called very, very shortly, as all the information is still coming in. If John McCain wins this, he wins the presidency. If John Kerry wins this, well, he'd have to win the rest of the states to win the presidency, but it's not over yet. If John Kerry wins this, it's not over yet. If John McCain wins this, yes, it's over. John McCain became the next president of the United States. As you can see, 99% of precincts reporting John McCain has reached over 50%, and he's leading by about 0.9% only. But we cannot project this state going to John McCain, 27 electoral votes, staying Republican as it has for the past 2 elections, going to Arizona Senator John McCain. And therefore, we can predict the presidency of the general election has gone to John McCain, the Republican Party. He's now making John Kerry the second one-term president in a line. Yes, John McCain, now the next president of the United States. We have some big state calls from Ohio and Pennsylvania. If they go to John Kerry, we'll have another election decided by a very, very small margin this time, probably about 2 electoral votes. If not, America will finally have made a solid decision on one candidate. Pennsylvania, a flip from the past 2 elections. John McCain has won. This is huge news. He has certainly widened now, and if he wins Ohio, America will certainly have made a very big decision on him for John McCain, voting solidly for him. Ohio, as well, going for John McCain. We can project this state. 41 electoral votes combined. This is very good news for Republicans cheering at his election rally. We expect John McCain to make an acceptance speech very soon, and John Kerry. We have reports that John Kerry is about to phone John McCain to see, but this has not happened as of yet. As you can see, John McCain having 311 electoral votes. John Kerry's 227. Just under 100 electoral votes, as a matter of fact. America has made a pretty firm decision, though, and John McCain is now making his acceptance speech, currently saying, yes, as I have said now, America has made a decision, and it's for John McCain. John Kerry has not led America well enough for the country to vote him back into his office. John McCain has flipped 3 states of Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New Hampshire. John Kerry has come out to make his concession speech. He did phone John McCain to give him his best of luck. He's been very gracious, and he's been very gracious, saying that he had the honor to serve America for the past 4 years. But now, it was quite expected for him to lose with such a his rating being so disapproved of, and John McCain being ahead in the polling. John McCain, now in January, has been inaugurated as the 45th President of the United States. Condoleezza Rice as the first female Vice President of the United States. Very, very big deal. Many people have attended this. And the Democrats are now looking to 2012 to regain the White House and make John McCain the third in the line of presidents with only one term. As you can see, all senators so far, Hillary Clinton of New York, Russ Feingold of Wisconsin, Barack Obama, widely seen as a rising star in the Democratic Party from Illinois, and Bernie Sanders from Vermont. Now, everyone has some big news. I'm considering changing my name from 44 Politics to Election Watch Analysis. So, tell me in the comments, do you like this new name? Is it better, a little more professional? And which logo you like the most? 1, 2, or 3, just type, I don't know, in the comments, say either, I don't know, change or keep, and then 1, 2, or 3. Please tell me. So far, I'm honestly leaning towards 1 if I like it, and, but also 3. So yeah, tell me that. Some other news I have are, where I am, the power is going out, so, it is expected to come back on Wednesday, or on, I believe Tuesday, but I'm making videos in advance for that, so you guys will keep on seeing, we get to see my content, so I hope you all are happy about that. If it lasts longer, though, you may not see me for a little bit. Don't worry about that, it's all fine. And yes, thank you all for watching. I worked really hard on this one. I hope you all enjoyed it. I was editing it till last night. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed this. I believe this one was suggested by JJ Holmes, and I'll link his channel in the description down below. He's a great guy for commenting on my videos. So yes, subscribe. I will be doing, and subscribe to see more of my content. It helps the channel keep on going. I can reach milestones and a lot of that stuff. It overall benefits the whole channel. Like the video so more people can see this, and if you enjoyed it. And leave a comment down below, as I said before. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.